Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on something most of us just take for granted, the real cost of safety on your next rideshare trip, and, more importantly, the huge role you play in it before you even buckle up.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with a really important question, one that probably doesn't even cross your mind when you're ordering a ride. Who is actually footing the bill for the brake pads, the new tires, and all the regular checkups on the car you're about to step into?
The answer is incredibly simple. And honestly, it changes everything about how we should look at that ride. It's your driver, period. The company you're paying doesn't chip in a single cent for the mechanical upkeep of the car. It is 100% on them. Right, so we all have this basic assumption, right? We open the door, we get in, and we just trust that the car is safe. But that trust, it rests entirely on the financial shoulders of one person. And their economic reality is, well, probably a lot tougher than you think.
And here's why. Drivers are classified as independent contractors, so you got to think of them as tiny individual small business owners. This means every single cost, the gas, the insurance, the car's value dropping, and yep, all that critical safety maintenance, it all comes directly out of their pocket.
So what does this financial reality actually look like for the person who's responsible for your safety? Let's get into the numbers, because this is where the story gets really interesting. After you subtract all those business expenses, the driver's actual take-home pay can be, well, it's shockingly low. We're talking multiple studies in a high-cost state like California that found the median net pay is hovering around $6 an hour. Some estimates even put it as low as $4. That is way below minimum wage.
And on top of those really low wages, just think about the sheer wear and tear on their car. A full-time driver can easily rack up 55,000 miles in a single year. That's more than 4 times what the average American drives. Can you just imagine how fast parts break down? And what's the result of all that mileage? A potential annual maintenance bill that can be over $6,000. Now, just try to picture covering that bill when you're making, what, $6 an hour after expenses? It's almost impossible.
So, this is the really crucial point. Drivers are constantly being forced to make this awful choice. Do I pay my rent and buy groceries this week, or do I replace those brake pads that are getting pretty worn out? Your safety is literally competing with their most basic needs.
So, if the driver's pay is that low, you might be sitting there thinking, hey, wait a minute, I pay a decent amount for my ride. Where is all that money going? Well, the answer is probably not where you'd expect. A huge slice of your fare, sometimes up to half of it in places like Los Angeles, gets immediately gobbled up by the platform's commercial insurance costs. This is money that goes straight to an insurance company. It doesn't go to the driver, and it for sure doesn't go into some fund for fixing the car.
Let me be crystal clear about this. There is no part of your fare that Uber or Lyft puts aside to help the driver maintain their car. It just doesn't exist. That entire massive financial burden has to be paid for from that tiny slice of the pie the driver actually gets to keep.
Okay, so this brings us to a really powerful, direct solution. And it's a way for you, the rider, to step into this gap and become an active partner in making sure your own ride is safe every single time.
This quote, it just reframes everything, doesn't it? A tip in a rideshare isn't just a pat on the back for good service. No, it's a direct investment in the mechanical health of the vehicle you are physically traveling in. Your life is literally in that driver's hands and in the condition of their car.
It creates this really simple but super effective equation. When riders tip, they're providing the specific funds that let drivers actually do the essential safety maintenance. Your tip, it becomes the budget for new tires.
Here's how this partnership works. Your tip goes straight to the driver, giving them the power to afford the maintenance that was maybe out of reach before. And the result? A safer car, a more financially secure driver, and a much safer ride for you. I mean, everybody wins.
So what does this partnership actually look like? Well, it can start with just $1. Seriously, a minimum tip of $1 on every single trip, that should be the baseline for you to participate in the safety of the vehicle you're in. An average of 20% is even better, of course, but it all starts with that simple commitment to partner up.
So here's the final thought to leave you with. The power to make your ride safer doesn't really rest with some app or a faraway company. It rests with you. The next time you get out of that car, are you going to close that loop and invest in the safety of your next ride?